Right, where was I? So I was looking at this. I'm just wondering where this might go. I would like to open that up. I'm tempted to see if I can open it up, but I think we'll leave that for a minute. What else have we got? We've got this. This is silk from a silk worm casing. So it's the, just wondering whether to put it there. It's the waste material from a silk making. Quite tempted by that, but I'm not even sure if I like this. I don't like cream on both sides, so what I'm doing is just taking you along, you know, the process, but I'm very conscious of the time, so I'm going to just try and not get too bogged down. Quite like that there, so that I find that interesting. What's this? I find those two interesting. Just this is what's bothering me, I think. I think it's just too much. Let me take it off. Now I have to start again. And this is how I am with this process. I find it really hard to make decisions. So that was sort of the grungy bit of grunge, but I wonder if it was just that bit too much. And whether I just stick to, you know, sort of shorter. I've got some other things that I could use. Got some bark, tree bark, and the silk. That's quite interesting. That's going to be tough to sew down, but yes, I want that there, so I'm going to try and glue it down, but I don't know if it will work, so we'll see if we can get it to stay down a little bit. And I liked that that was pushed in a bit, like that. That's not going to work. Maybe like that, I think what I have to do is use a pin and pin it on because it's not going to glue down. That's fine, I like that. And I quite like this sort of, I don't know which way I had it now. It's a bit too obvious having it down here. It's I want to just pull some of these fibres out. You can just pull gently on it like that. And maybe I could put some of that down there, so it gives it a nice texture. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on there. No, I don't want it that way, I wanted it the other way. Okay, not to worry, it's all part of the process. I want it sort of fibrous. Some of the fibres coming out like that. Okay, okay, and then yeah, I prefer that. Because it was just too much, I think. It just wasn't right, and I like that sticking out there, but or lying on there like that. It's a bit hidden. Don't think I've got anything smaller than, oh, later. Yes, I have actually. Got this. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on. So I won't put it on directly. Glue and just dab it on like this. No, that didn't work. Okay. All right, now I don't know if this is going to actually survive this process, but you know, you have to try these things. And I don't mind if little bits fall off. Yeah, I like that. I like the texture of it. The only thing I don't like actually is this, and I should have pulled it out before I so yeah, I mean, I've ruined that, haven't I? Oh dear. What about this back here? Here. And there. Yes, I like that. Weirdly, took me all this time to decide, but I do like it. So I'm going to glue it on with this. No, I think it was better that way. Yes, I like that a lot. And I like that it curls up. Very, just want to secure some of these flowers. I think they're pretty secure actually. Yeah, I think they'll be okay. Right, take that off there. So what I'm going to do now is just rip that, and there I have something that I like and I enjoy, but I am going to stitch it as well. Hopefully some of this glue will die down. You won't see it sparkling as much, but it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that. Like that. Finally I found something I like. Or I've done something I like. Right, so I'm going to pop that one there. Sometimes you can do things to, you know, the size of them can be smaller and they're much more effective. So I've got 2 pieces of paper here, and I've got this one here which I didn't like, did I? I didn't like the size. I'm going to rip this. I'm going to rip the bottom there, and I've got a better size. I don't throw any of that away, I keep it all, but I like this tonnage. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it, because I want a definition around it a little bit. With a definition, I don't know why, don't ask me why, but I do. Gosh, it's so late for me to be doing this. I'm going to scrunch it up as well. There we go. I like that better. It's got more of a texture. I should have done that with the other one, but never mind. Right, okay, so I'm feeling a bit more comfortable with what I'm doing. Love that. Oh, this is so incredibly gorgeous. Look, can you see? I'm going to just check, see if you can see that. Oh. How beautiful is that? I really don't want it to be destroyed. Quite often these things get, we'll figure it out. Ooh, I do like that. So I could have some of that. I was thinking, I wanted more tissue paper than that, but I was thinking I could put some tissue paper down. Maybe over the top. No. Something about that piece of fabric that I didn't like on here. I don't know why. I like this, but I think it's just a bit too perfect. I'm wondering if it could be smaller. And it just gives a hint of it rather than a whole piece, and it looks a little bit more interesting like that. Let's keep looking. I have this. No. I've got some paper here, quite like that. like these two, so I'm going to stick the paper down. I'm going to stick this next to it, and then whatever comes next is okay with me. I'm going to rip this one in half. Got that lovely little piece there, which is so pretty. Not there, maybe. Yeah, there. I think so, because you can still see the yeah, I like that. Then oh, I do like that. Still feel it needs something down here though. I'm not sure what. About some of this. It needs to be in half. Okay, let's see how this works. With it being, yeah, I think this is going to work better. And it doesn't have to be in the shape. I was thinking, I don't like the shape of it. It's too perfectly rectangular, if you know what I mean. I'm so quite like that. No, it's completely different. Right, so I'm going to put this on here. There. I might, in the end, I may not use that, but I may use something like that instead. Excuse me. I have a whole one here. Oh yes, that immediately shouts yes to me. So that's what it's going to be. I'll put plenty of glue on there. Yes, I really like that, and then that will be stitched down. Love it. And I know that I could put something there, but it just makes it too perfect. What I might do is I've got some more of that. Oh, what's this? I like that. I think I do. I'm just not sure where it should go. Like this. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some more newspaper. I'm going to have this. You can put it under there. I'm going to have that sticking out like that. It's a very old French newspaper. It's like 1914, something like that. So it's very old, and I'd like it to feature a little bit more than it is. So, and then I think that leaves room for something like this. I'm just going to pull it out and make it, and put it there, and I like that a lot. Gives it more texture, more interest. Yeah, happy with that. Which side? Yeah, I think I'm going to go that side. So I'm not putting loads of glue on, guys, because I'm going to be sewing them on. So I've done 2. Let's have a look at them. I'm really happy with those 2. They're gorgeous. I like using this paper. And these are just lovely. Really love them. So I think now what I'm going to do is sew them. Although the glue's still wet on that, hopefully it's not on that. So let's stitch them. They're quite a nice robust just wondering what thread to use. I've got some threads here, but I like that thread. If for there, yes, that one will be there. And I think we're going to have, I think that's white, so we're not going to have that. I think we'll stick with this, I think. And I apologise for my grubby fingers. Okay, where are you? This is my favourite bit, sewing. And also when you get to this point, and you've sewn, you can always add more things. You know, it doesn't have to be the end of just threading my needle. You know, of the creative process, you can carry on. Adding more stitches, and I'm just going to secure, but I might do a couple of decorative stitches as well. Main thing for me is getting, just going to rip that a little bit. A bit too perfect for my liking. That's better. So I'm immediately going in. Because it needs to be addressed. And there we go. And I love the colour of this. I'm going to go over here. Not too hard to stitch. It's quite nice stitching, actually. Actually, I'm going to go back because I like that look of coming across. And I don't mind doing big stitches like that. Yes, I like that look. I did I ask how you were? I hope you're all well. It's been a frustrating week for me, I have to say. I've just been procrastinating, and I don't know if I said, but I've been struggling with a bit of self-doubt. And that's always, you know, sort of, that always plays with your creativity and not in a good way. Oh, I'm doing really big stitches now. I'm just letting it, pulling that out. I'm just letting it, you know, tell me where it wants to go. So yeah, it's just been sometimes doing, feeling now like I want to go back in there and yeah, that's better. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to stitch this down here. It's, yeah, it's hard to say how these sort of things affect you. You know, there's lots of external factors, that, you know, life, but I know for me, if I'm feeling unsure of myself, if I'm feeling sort of lacking in confidence, I guess, then, you know, it affects my creativity. Yeah, like this. All right, I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to come up a little bit here. There we go, like that. And through there, and again I'm going to come up here. And that just holds everything in place from down that end. Now what I might do is just cast off here. So yeah, I'm just rabbiting on a bit here, but basically what I'm trying to say is I was lacking in confidence, and I also couldn't, I don't know what was wrong with me, I couldn't, I wasn't feeling creative. Well, I was feeling creative, but I just couldn't put it into practice. I couldn't do anything with it, and it was like a fear of not doing the right thing. And I think some of it has to do with YouTube itself, and how, you know, how the channel is growing and whether people are engaging and things like that. And what I'm finding is just pulling that in a little bit then. I've noticed lately that people are not commenting, and I think that knocked my confidence when I realised that was the case. I was wondering what was stopping people from commenting. Was, you know, if I put people off, were they just not engaged and not enjoying the videos, didn't know what to say? I'm sure part of it is it, you know, sometimes you just don't know what to say, because I'm the same. But there was also an element of sort of doubt in terms of what I'm producing and whether it's of interest, and whether people, I mean, there have been a couple of comments, don't get me wrong, and certainly, you know, the comments that I have had have been lovely and very supportive. But yeah, I've just noticed recently that comments have been, there haven't been so many. I've never had that many, to be honest. I've never had a lot of comments. and it's hard not to compare yourself to other YouTubers. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. I'm wondering, I do think my videos are possibly too long, and I'm wondering whether to address that. Well, I'm thinking of addressing that. And maybe going in a different direction. So we'll see. There's no, I'm not, feel like I want to go around these flowers, and what I think I might do, because I've got enough left, is I might do a couple of these. Knots to just to French knot. Oh, that one won't work out. I did it too loose. Okay, I don't mind the little loop. Just all adds interest. So yeah, I was thinking to myself whether to do voiceover style rather than chatty style, and just you know, to let, I think I'm doing this one, guys. Yeah, I've got another loop, and actually I quite like them, so I'm going to leave that there before I do any more damage. But anyway, happy with that, really happy. And I'm going to just snip. Now, it's a bit of a rough process, I have to admit, so I'm going to have to be very, very careful doing this one. I think I'm just going to come across and then down. So I have thought about it, and that's the process, because I don't want to damage that. Although there's ready-made holes there. Is that a hole? No, it isn't. It's only one hole. That's a feature, because I like the white shine through, so I'm not going to touch that. So I'm going to start here. And then I will go across. And it just holds that down, as you know. So yeah, I was thinking, you know, maybe I should do a voiceover style rather than, you know, sitting in my living room having a cup of tea and a chat style. Yes, I'm going to do crosses. So changes afoot, I think. Thinking of doing more mixed media. I mean, I have lately done a little bit of mixed media, as you've probably seen, but I'm thinking of going, you know, more paint, more ink, because I have a whole drawer full of things that I never use or rarely use, you know, those sorts of medium, and I could be using them. I like that a lot. That's really sweet. Right, do you know what? I think I'm going to just do one more of these, and then leave it like this, because I think it looks lovely and I'm so happy with it. And why, you know, change something that works? If it works, then just, you know, don't mess with it. So there we go. I think one of the things about this is that the the crosses are you know, quite large. So there we go. I hope you like them. I didn't get much done in the time, but I hope you like them. I didn't want to go over too long, so yeah, I hope you like them, and these as well. You know, they're all sort of very similar. Oh, look at that! I forgot about that. Oh, wouldn't that be gorgeous? Okay. Leave well alone, Julie. Right, anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you again very soon, and I appreciate you all, and don't think I don't, and yeah, I hope to thanks again for watching, and I hope to be back very soon with another video. Bye for now.